You pull back a finger. There is a moment of resistance, and then pop. One of the most satisfying sounds a human body makes. But what actually happened in there? Scientists spent 60 years arguing about it, and the answer, when they finally got it, was stranger than anyone expected. Let's start inside the joint. Your knuckles, and most of your other joints, are held together by a capsule of tough connective tissue. Inside that capsule is a slippery liquid called synovial fluid. It is there to lubricate the joint and keep your bones from grinding against each other. Think of it as the oil in an engine. Now, synovial fluid has a very particular property. It contains dissolved gases, mostly carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and oxygen. Under normal conditions, those gases just stay dissolved, invisible, doing nothing. But when you stretch the joint, when you pull a finger back, the space inside the capsule suddenly gets bigger. And when space increases, pressure drops. And this is where it gets interesting. In 1947, two researchers named Roston and Haynes proposed that when the pressure drops low enough, the dissolved gases come out of solution all at once, forming a bubble. A bubble that did not exist a moment before. That process is called cavitation, and when the bubble forms, it is thought to produce the pop. This theory seemed solid. Most textbooks accepted it. The problem was that nobody could actually see it happen. Joints are not transparent. For 60 years, the bubble theory sat there, widely believed, impossible to confirm. Then, in 2015, a team at the University of Alberta put a man named Jerome Fryer inside an MRI machine. Fryer was unusual. He could crack every finger on demand. He cracked each one while the MRI filmed in real time. And for the first time, anyone could watch what was happening inside a knuckle as it popped. What they saw settled one part of the debate and opened another. A bright white flash appeared in the joint the instant it cracked. That flash was a gas-filled cavity forming, a bubble. The bubble theory was right. But here is the twist. The pop happened when the bubble appeared, not when it collapsed. Previous researchers had assumed the sound came from the bubble bursting. The MRI said the sound came from its birth. So why does it feel good? The honest answer is we are not entirely sure. One idea is that the stretching of the joint briefly stimulates the nerve endings in the capsule, giving a small wave of sensory relief. Another is that cracking resets the position of the joint slightly, moving it to the end of its range of motion and then releasing it. Some people find the sound itself satisfying in a way that is hard to explain. Whatever the reason, the urge to do it is real, and it is remarkably common. Studies suggest between 25 and 54% of people crack their knuckles regularly. Now for the question everyone actually wants answered. Does cracking your knuckles cause arthritis? You have probably heard this. Maybe a parent told you. Maybe a teacher. The short answer is no. And we know this because someone actually tested it. A doctor named Donald Unger cracked the knuckles of his left hand every day for 60 years. He deliberately never cracked his right hand, using it as a control. After 6 decades, he compared both hands. No difference. No arthritis. He received the Ig Nobel Prize for this, which is the prize given for research that first makes you laugh, then makes you think. Larger studies have confirmed the same result. Knuckle cracking does not cause arthritis. There is one small caveat. Habitual knuckle crackers do sometimes show slightly more hand swelling and reduced grip strength over very long periods, though the evidence is mixed and not conclusive. The likely culprit, if there is one, is not the bubble itself, but the repeated stretching of the ligaments around the joint. Think of it the way you would think of any repeated movement over decades. Not harmful in the way people feared, but not entirely without trace either. The pop itself is harmless. The gas that formed the bubble? It just quietly dissolves back into the fluid over the next 20 to 30 minutes, which is exactly why you cannot crack the same knuckle twice in a row. So the next time you crack your knuckles, go ahead. You are collapsing a microscopic gas cavity that blinked into existence for a fraction of a second inside your joint. Your body is stranger and more interesting than most people give it credit for. And that sound your parents always hated, completely harmless. Here is something to think about. If cracking knuckles is so satisfying but totally harmless, why did the myth that it causes arthritis survive for so long? And who do you think first started spreading it? If this made you think, subscribe to Wait Why. We drop a new question every week.